We recently completed America's Great Loop, and now we're on the hunt for our next boat to take us on our next adventure. What's the adventure, you might ask? Well, it depends on where we find our next boat. We could circle the Down East Loop, a 2,400-mile loop around New England and the Canadian Maritimes. We've considered navigating the Big U, a journey from Alaska down through the Panama Canal and up to Maine. Or we could find ourselves exploring the Caribbean island chain. No matter what we end up deciding on, we know it requires an upgrade from our 1985 Marine Trader Europa that we just finished the loop on. We're searching for a trawler that can take us on multi-day ocean passages with hydraulic stabilizers, a raised pilot house, and a single engine, just to name a few. So begins our boat search, and we're taking you along for all of the tours. First up is Belafonte, a 43-foot, 2000 Selene Solo. Coincidentally a Great Loop veteran, this boat gives us a good feel for what 43 feet feels like compared to the 36-foot boat we've lived on for the last year and a half. We start with a walkthrough, but stick around to hear our thoughts after viewing the boat.
We're back in the car. This reminds me of looking for good old northern attitude.
Yeah, when we were boat shopping for the loop. Now we are boat shopping again for a little bit more of a capable boat. We don't know exactly what that will be, but our budget's a little bit bigger than last time, and we're looking for some specific brands this time around as well.
Now that we've lived on our boat, we've kind of figured out what we think is necessary. And so yeah, we're on our way to go look at a Selene Solo. It's 43 feet, which is bigger than our boat for sure.
Anything we get next will be bigger than our boat.
It is hydraulically stabilized. It has a Portuguese bridge and a true pilot house. Mm-hmm. This is more realistic than some of the big boats that we've already got on.
Right,
so
right.
This one is in our price range.
This is here in Fort Lauderdale. We have not nailed down exactly what the next mission is. We have desires, but a lot of it will depend on where we find our next boat. So I guess we'll just see where it takes us. And yeah, let's go check out this 43-foot Selene Solo.
Here we go. I think we gotta get on this boat.
Oh, really? Oh, is that him? He just got off.
Come down this way.
Belafonte is a 2-stateroom, 2-head, raised pilot house trawler. A brand new Cummins 220 engine was just installed with less than 50 hours on the motor. We'll talk more on that later. If you followed along on our loop journey, you'll know how happy we were to hear that Belafonte has both bow and stern thrusters, along with Naiad hydraulic stabilizers. Starting on the port side, working our way to the stern, Evan was quick to check out the swim platform after hearing it was connected by hinges. You'll notice there's a dinghy davit here, but you'll later see another one on the flybridge. Rounding the corner to the starboard side, we head up to the Portuguese bridge, something higher on our priority list. One thing we're finding common on these explorer-type trawlers is the tandem anchor setup for dealing with different types of anchorages. The forward lockers were extremely deep. That's deep. Wow. And if you watched our video at the Fort Lauderdale Trawler Fest, you might remember Evan taking notice of the smaller details like where a drain sits for washing down your anchor chain. We were able to check out a Nordhaven 40 when we were in the Keys this winter, so here I'm comparing this bridge to that one. Really wide right here. Yeah. You can tell like between this and the Nordhaven 40 that we were on, how much wider this bridge is. As we made our way into the pilot house, Evan took a closer look at the electronics while I pictured what it would be like to drive from here. Looks like I would need an extra foot or two. I would need a stool. Access to the flybridge is from the pilot house, and this is where we found the second dinghy davit. Evan also noticed that this must be where they installed the new Cummins engine from, which was currently sealed off with duct tape. Heading back down to the pilot house, we inspected some of the storage and then made our way down to the salon where I was able to get a good look at the galley. We don't believe the cushions to be original, but somewhere along the way, the wallpaper here was added. Continuing down and now forward on the boat, we make our way to the cabins, heads, and engine room. This vessel has a combination washer-dryer, but a lot of you in the comments from our Trawler Fest video said having a separate washer and dryer would be ideal. However, for us, that's lower on the priority list of necessities. Belafonte not only has 2 heads, but 2 showers as well. I'm not sure the second shower is completely necessary, but nonetheless, we'd love for our next boat to have 2 heads. The forward cabin consists of a queen bed with 2 good-sized hanging closets. The second cabin is bunk style that sits on the port side of the boat. We then got a good look at the brand new engine and were pretty impressed with how clean the engine room was. Now we're going to sit down and share some of our thoughts on Belafonte back on our boat. And for anyone that's keeping up with our real-time adventures, this was filmed before we put the boat on the hard.
We are sitting down to reflect on the boat tour we had today.
Yeah, we looked at a 2000 Selene Solo 43 foot, and we honestly haven't really talked too much about it together. We're gonna give you our pretty
raw thoughts,
I guess, and also read through the specs. We have the listing up here, so let's get right into it. Can you explain the Solo side of this?
Yeah, so they were originally branded as Solo. It actually shows Solo on the outside of the hull. And between 98 and 2000, it was Solo 43.
Freaking train.
So between 1998 and 2000, it was Solo 43. Howard Chin, the founder of Selene and Jet Turn Marine, she's got to get cozy, was part of the build, but they rebranded several times. Now it's just Selene. I think these earlier models, they learned a lot, which is why it went from a 43 to a 45 to a 47. Not just the size, but layout and the original mold, hull shaped. It's still raised pilot house with a Portuguese bridge, single diesel with hydraulic stabilization, so it definitely checks all those boxes.
Brand new Cummins engine, like less than 50 hours on it, which we found a little bit interesting because why would they install a brand new engine if they're, I don't know, just looking to sell, I guess, to help with the
that was
cost?
A bit alarming for me.
Yeah.
Because it's a 2000 boat, which is 15 years newer than the boat we're sitting on, Northern Attitude. And why was it not just rebuilt? Why did it need replaced? It's a Caterpillar engine. Turns out, when I asked the broker, they said there was some piston issues. The owner at the time wanted no mechanical failure, so in his eyes, he wanted a brand new engine with warranty so he could call and have the easy button of any Caterpillar mechanic. But I think it comes at a cost, because when I was on the flybridge, you could see where they cut out a massive hole to drop in a new engine, which then translates to the ceiling of the inside salon area. And it was duct taped. And I asked, what's going on with this? And they're like, yeah, there was supposed to be a gasket put in there. Just little observations I had along the way. And that being one of them.
Let's talk about some positives, though. Really great layout, honestly. Loved that it had 2 heads. That is a nice to have. It's not a must have for our next boat, but it's a pretty high up there nice to have.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. So you come down the salon, and you're right, the layout was nice. It's kind of this island kitchen, so you can walk on port and starboard of the whole kitchen. Down in the living quarters, the 2 heads are back to back, so they share some of the same plumbing,
which makes that, just like fewer problems.
And there was nice serviceability right there in the floor. The macerator pump, you could see it. Then farther forward's the main, which we both, not necessarily a deal breaker, but if we could have the right boat, we are thinking the master would be midship, kind of sideways like it is in some of the 46 Nordhavens, and even the newer 43 Nordhaven. But this one had...
But that's not a deal breaker for us because it's still larger than our current V-berth where we're currently sleeping
You can still walk on both sides, the headroom. You could sit up and not nail your head.
2 hanging closets on each side. So in that sense, really, really great V-berth.
Yeah.
I thought so.
It was a Loop veteran, so it
Yes.
had been used a lot.
Yeah, Loop veteran, which I thought was cool. You know,
Yeah.
like that is cool that somebody had that boat for the Loop. So if anybody's looking for a boat that could maybe take them farther after the Loop, this one would be perfectly capable. It just needs a little bit of love.
Yeah, when we bought Northern Attitude, we had said we wanted a boat that didn't sit. The best thing to do for them is to use them. And this one, unfortunately, has sat for a long time.
Which, nothing wrong with that. It just, I think whoever does purchase this boat needs to plan on spending some time in a yard.
Yeah.
Just overall cleaning, probably new bottom paint, updating some of the cosmetic features in the salon and the bedroom areas, bathrooms. Yeah, just like a couple pieces that were like, if we're going to be spending this kind of money on a boat,
It was listed, I
it was
think,
not the boat for us.
for $310,000 is what the listing is.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we just thought that it might have been in a lot better shape than it was. I was trying to look past the dust and this. It was in Fort Lauderdale underneath a very busy bridge with construction, so
Near the airport.
yeah, there's just particles everywhere. But beyond that, just some of the hardware was like loose,
Yeah.
missing.
Like it would need a new oven. Like we, unfortunately, although that boat is much more capable than Northern Attitude, we were comparing it to our current boat that we're sitting on here, and we felt like our boat, 15 years older, was in better shape when we had bought it. I will say, like I've said already, capable boat, has the stabilizers, has bow and stern thruster, the raised pilot house, and the setback flybridge. Like all of these things are really great qualities of the boat. We just left, immediately knowing wasn't
think it
exactly
has-
what we were expecting.
Really good bones for sure. That
Yeah.
whole, I like it, and I'm not ruling out more Selene Solo 43s by any means.
The broker was very transparent about everything from the time we called him and scheduled the tour to in person getting the showing. Like he was not hiding anything about the boat, so we love that.
It hasn't gotten the care it probably deserves.
That's exactly what it comes down to. I don't know how long. We should have asked how long it's been sitting in that.
I did.
Yeah.
He didn't know.
He didn't know. So that's
Yeah.
the thing.
I
Like,
asked when was the last time it moved, and he's like, "Well, we've turned it on,
but it's not.
but he doesn't know." He wasn't there when it got brought in. I asked, "How do we leave this yard?" Because it was like super tight in this bridge, and
Yeah.
he didn't know. But it sat for a very long time.
It just needs some love, and that's what it comes down to. I don't know the last time the owner was even on it, or if the owner is even alive. I mean, they said that they did the loop on this boat years and years ago. So, yeah. But another thing to touch on is the size. We are definitely upgrading in our next boat, and it felt really nice to be on a 43-foot boat.
Yeah.
Like, I have said to Evan that Nordhaven 40 we went on in the Keys, like, beautiful boat, would love it, would never complain about being on a boat like that, but I still just think we want a little bit bigger because we talk about having guests on the boat more and potentially having our first child on the boat, and so that 43 was a great size, so I loved that.
Yeah, it was a good size.
Yeah. Our next boat that we'll be touring on the channel that you'll see in I think 2 weeks is we're going to see a Nordhaven 46, so I'm going to get to feel what a 43 size boat to a 46 size boat feels like and compare those two, which is nice.
We, in this stage, as Jeff Merrill says, we're trying it on for size.
Yep.
We don't know until we get on them, which is why we're not ruling out any of these boats.
No.
Because their exact same model could be the right boat. So it was mainly for how did it feel getting on it.
Was there, and we, you never know until you get there. Like Evan said, maybe there were some things that would surprise us in a positive way. Like, we are only an hour and a half away from Fort Lauderdale, so we went down there and checked it out. And that's the beauty of living in Florida.
Yeah, it is. I don't want it to sound like we're just ripping this boat to shreds. Now that we've lived on a boat, we have some stronger opinions, I suppose.
Any final thoughts? I think my final thoughts are there's a lot of potential in this boat, and it will find the right person. I do love that it is a Loop veteran. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
And for somebody that's maybe good with projects or looking forward to a project, that wants to do the loop and then wants to do something beyond, in the islands or something, I think that is the perfect fit for this boat.
Yeah, you can grow into it for sure.
Yeah.
If there's anybody that has found cool stories in Passage Maker magazine or anything, shoot it our way. We're always after cool stories. And I think, oh my gosh, there was a 2000 Selene Solo 43 that crossed from, Baja down to, or it's been through the Sea of Cortez, or, we'd like to know what these boats have done.
Yeah.
It gives us a lot of confidence in what the boat can handle, and I honestly think that has a lot of value when you look at well dang, somebody took this boat across the Atlantic, I know it can be done.
All right, I guess that's it on this one. Until the next one.
Love
you,
bye.
bye.